Atamaria whānau, ko lānea hau, anei, ko Jenny, kei konei, and we are here to have a bit of a kōrero. I am absolutely privileged and honoured to have Jenny in my space today, and we are going to kōrero about her experience at Medicana. Her and another friend of ours came to Istanbul with me, what was it, about June the 10th we left New Zealand, Aotearoa, and we were there till about the 19th, I think it was, and came back home. So Jenny has pretty much 2 days, 5 weeks post-op. So we're just having a bit of a kōrero about her experience and how that looked like being at Medicana Atakoy in Istanbul and coming with us Soul Compass Journeys, which, as you all know, is me, Lani. Anyway, Mihi, my friend, thank you so much for being here and taking this time and giving me the opportunity to share with our whānau inside of this space what Medicana looked like for you and your experience travelling with us as Soul Compass. And just for a bit of context behind that, Jenny and our other friend are actually the first ones who have come over to Medicana with me, and they are, what was I going to say? First time travelling over to Istanbul, and took a very courageous wahine, because both of them sort of within the moment decided, when they heard I was going over to check the hospital out, they decided that, you know, they would take the same opportunity and actually have the gastric bypass, the gastric sleeve. So I'll stop talking because we know me and that I will talk forever. So we're going to have a bit of ask a few questions of you, my friend. So, he pātai kotahi. When you reflect on the moment, you actually chose to take this haerenga. What was happening in you for wairua space, and a tinana that told you now was the time? That in that short amount of time you went, actually I'm going to do it. What was the reasoning you think now when you look back?
Well, I had been previously thinking about going, because some of my whānau went over with another group, and it was probably my friend who said, well, have a look at this because there'll be a support person, which was yourself, of course. And so there wasn't much time because we needed to go on a certain date, so it actually worked better for me. So I suppose in terms of my tinana, there was a little bit of apprehension, a little bit of nervousness about the surgery, but I couldn't work out, is it the surgery or the long haul over there? In terms of my wairua, it felt within me, and I was doing some journaling around this, this is the right thing, this is the right time, and I need to go.
Oh, beautiful. And I love that. I love that, actually, the reflective process about that for you, because it is big. It was a huge decision to make, and whether you're making that decision within 10 minutes or over a year, either way, it's a big one to make. But how did you find the long haul? How was it for you?
Well, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, to be honest. Like, I was just consumed with movies, and I was very aware that I needed to walk a lot, so I'd get up and my mate and I would time to walk, and so we would walk around, and so I was very conscious of just being on such a long time in a circulation situation, so it was important that I walked a lot. But Emirates, I have to say, was great service, beautiful service, and it's an airline I would want to go on again.
Perfect. Oh, Emirates going to love you. Excuse me. Just another part quickly about pre-going over, because at one point they did say you had to cut back on the kai and sort of turn to a more liquid diet. How was that experience? You know, going from eating normally one day and then all of a sudden, actually, I've got to prepare my tinana, my puku for the surgery.
So 3 weeks before we left, I cut out all carbohydrates and sugars and had none of that. I probably did shakes more, I just decided to do that, and closer to the time, more of a liquid diet. But that was just my own, I just wanted to do that
anyway.
Yeah. And I was aware that there was no really there didn't seem to be a real strict thing, but I decided to do that on myself.
And just one more part, so pre-travel, how did you find the communication, especially with Medicana and with our beautiful wahine over there? Again, first time even for me taking whānau over, so it was all very new and new for Gil and them. But how did you find that experience?
I think I looked forward to those kōreros. I was very taken back by Gold, probably more than anybody. I just felt so safe, and I felt so happy with that connection with herself and Denise, and I found myself being very excited every time there was, and that really helped because they were so warm and so, and I just felt at ease. There was no apprehension because they both made me feel okay about it. Having you there to support those conversations as I was getting to know you was, as I look at it now, is very important on pre-going to Turkey.
And I'll just clarify that too, just for context, is that Jenny and I hadn't actually physically met until we got to Istanbul.
Yeah.
So a lot of our conversations were online, and our friend that went with us I've known for for a couple of years now, so that was our connection. So yeah, I fully get that. Even for me to take you over, it was great to get to know you before we even left the whenua.
Yeah.
So better get on to the next question. So we'll be here all night talking.